Hello, my name is Sekit, and we're out here in the end. We're playing Plexiglass Mountain because I need a Wither Rose. And what we're gonna do is probably not the brightest thing I've ever done, but it's not gonna never stop me in the past. It's not gonna stop me today. Um, we're gonna put the soul sand down, and I don't actually know. Oh dear. I don't actually know if the wither explosion, when it forms, will turn what it kills into a wither rose like it would do under other circumstances. But we're going to find out. Someday I may have to answer for this. Not today. We'll just subject ourselves to the full force of the blast and see what happens. Didn't even kill the chickens. Well, that's not what I thought was going to happen. It's definitely killing chickens. Not getting wither roses. You're not gonna help. You be quiet. Ho 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 ho! We got one. Now we're not gonna use it in the recipe. We're gonna use one that we let the whirly sprig generate for us. Now the thing to keep in mind is that the whirly sprig is every bit as vulnerable to the wither rose as any other living creature. So we want to, if she can't get at it, it can't hurt her. But if it's in her range, she will produce it for us. So we just want to kind of keep it off her. Now this ought to do the trick. It's in her range. But she shouldn't be able to get close enough for it to hurt her. We'll see if some generates. Now, meanwhile, I continue to be absolutely terrified of my creation here. The testificates are complaining, but they were already complaining that the real issue that really got me was that I thought, well, there's two things. First of all, let's turn all this down. This gets so loud out here. There is an issue with mechanism pipes in this version, and the tubes, and they will not, upon reloading the world or chunks, they will not necessarily respect the way you have them set up. They might connect to each other in places you don't want them to, so I've had to move this out. I was scared that this wasn't working, but what's actually happening is the reactor's full of juice, and now this machine is filling up this tube's inventory before it starts to fill up the machine. And the tube's inventory, 471 buckets. That's more than the reactor itself can hold, and I have no idea what the upper limit is here. I'm sure there's some formula, but It will be fine, she says as she backs away from the nuclear wahoozis. Aha! I planted the wither rose in rooted dirt specifically to test if the whirly sprig would generate rooted dirt. I'm glad I didn't put my guess on camera because I would have been wrong. That is one of the first rooted dirt generating mechanics that I have seen. I like that. Good old whirly sprig, coming in for us again. I'll tell you, Ars Nouveau is one of my favorites of the new mods. It just works. It just does its thing. And yeah, speaking of Ars Nouveau just working, look at that, 23 totems of undying. Drigme is doing great. So we wanted to take a look at these stretch goals. This takes 164 blocks of netherite. Let's see what we have. Well, we got plenty of netherite seeds, and we have all the necessary netherite blocks. Let's see. Oh, we have to build it. Okay. So we'll make ourselves a beacon. There we are. Now let's see if we can figure out how this works. I've had trouble with this before. We put it down right there, right? Okay, that looks like a beacon shape. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's working from Common Capabilities mod. So we're just going to build this thing. And the reason we're doing it this way instead of building it and then trying to visualize it is that my experience has been with something like this, you'd have to be able to click on what's going to be the middle block in the bottom. And that's very hard to do if you've already built the thing and it's got all kinds. I guess you could dig under it or something. But I feel like this is the simple way to go. Okay. One stretch goal. What are we going to do with it? Well, I guess we could just throw a netherite ingot in it. Why not? And we'll set, whoops. We will set it to, let's say, resistance and regen. Cool. I'll be hearing about this one from the Homeowners Association. Anyway, supposedly we get a reward. Yes, we got one. Very cool. I'm looking at the other creative items, and a couple of them do look interesting. The creative scythe from Malum. This would be pretty trivial for us to make. Oh, you're kidding me. We got a new objective. Tesseracted plexiglass blocks. That would be 164 power cells, but I have a plan for that. We'll come back to this in a couple episodes. Oh, oh, really? Okay, so an update happened. Looks like it was mostly bug fixes, and we came back into the world with another Akashic Tome and 5 Sourceberry Pies for some reason. Here's an issue. This isn't doing its thing anymore, and it won't. The new recipe appears to involve phenolic resin, which is one of the new immersive engineering. I think one of the new immersive engineering. Okay, so we use creosote to get it, but we'll also need hide, and we'll be getting that with immersive refinery with ethanol or bioethanol. What are we doing with? We could use a thermopneumatic processing plant to get that. Well, let's see. How do you actually craft it? It is a pneumatic craft recipe, so maybe we'll look at the bioethanol. Okay, so it actually looks like we're going back to mixing. Don't need any heat for this, so that's cool. We do need biomass, though. And that's another machine here. Now we have seed oil from Create, but we have plant oil from Immersive. And the squeezer's kind of fun. It's not too bad to make, and maybe we should go ahead and do that. Now the other thing I really want to know here is, did we get nerfed? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, nope, the Whirly Sprig is still giving us seeds, and the seed reprocessor is still giving us 32 essence per seed, so the Fountain of Infinite Everything is preserved. And we got our neat bar on our paper doll for some reason. That's the neat mod that puts those bars with the health and stuff for mobs in the world. What we're gonna do, we're gonna try to get energy out there with some tesseracts. We made some of these when we made the tesseract frames. to make the creative energy cell, but we didn't mess with these themselves. They look really cool, don't they? Like a whole cosmos in there. We want energy. And what do we want? Send and receive. I want send. So we'll need to set this energy cell up. Oh, okay, it's its output on all sides. Seems legit. Let's see. Create channel name. Okay. Channel name is creative power. Sounds good, right? Okay. Looks like I really missed a spot with the, what do you call it? The exchanger there. Let's fix that. Okay, this is probably as good a place as any to set this thing up. Let's go ahead and put it down. And we'll put a flux cell, let's say, right on top of it. We're going to give it integral components, so it'll have a, decent sort of buffer there, and we'll increase everything. Now, if we set this thing to receive only, and we activate create power, will this thing start to charge? Okay, I didn't click activate on this one down here. So we should be, yeah, okay. Very cool. Uh-huh. That doesn't look normal. I put one of these in here. I wonder if that's what confused it. Let's see. No, it's saying negative the skillion FE for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see if we can figure it. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. I don't know where anything is down here anymore. That infinite. Turn it on. Okay. Yeah, it's, it's filling this up anyway. I don't know why this is displaying this banana's negative number. We're not going to worry about it. Now we can see the squeezer in the guidebook for immersive. We need a bunch of things that we haven't even really thought about yet because we haven't done immersive yet. These are all multi-block structures, and we're going to need steel scaffolding, light engineering blocks, redstone engineering blocks. Let's start programming some of this stuff in. Like for instance, the steel scaffolding. What we want is a really basic one, right? Steel scaffolding. This looks good, but it doesn't do really what we want. This is what we're looking for. You got to kind of dig around a little bit and find the right the blocks. Steel rods are easy enough. Now I think it said we're gonna need light engineering blocks. Now these take iron sheet metal, which are just iron sheets that we can make over there in our multi-servo press. Can't even see it anymore behind the Cubo Craft. So that takes care of the iron plates. We also need to teach it to make these mechanical components, which are just copper and more iron plates. Now let's look at the redstone engine. Okay, that's not bad at all. Just more iron sheet metal. Now I know it said we needed steel fences, which I believe are just, yeah, okay. We've already programmed a recipe for the rods. And we're gonna need the immersive fluid barrels. Okay, so this is treated wood. I don't know how we are. Yeah, we're nowhere on treated wood, but it's not hard to deal with. Now, one way to make creosote oil, or to make treated wood, is to take creosote oil in our smeltery here and just combine it with wooden planks. Throw some wooden planks into the casting basin here, and you're good to go. Now, what I wonder is, I've never actually tried this, so I don't know the answer. What happens if I use a hopper to try to put stuff in? Yeah, okay. Now we can just go do something else. Oh, we also need those fluid pipes. Let's go ahead and teach the machine how to make that. Probably this? Yeah, easy. Oh, there are new immersive advancements too. Let's see if we can get a look. Yeah, okay. I guess more unlock. So these are multi-blocks, just like where are they? They're way over there. Just like the immersive multi-blocks we made before, the blast furnace and the coke oven. Um, what you can do is you can kind of play and pause in the guidebook, and it'll show you what you're doing. So we got another barrel right in there, right? We'll need the paxel. Now I'm pretty sure the piston really does have to be facing down, but we can take care of that with our crescent hammer. I don't know about the pipes. The pipe in the center is definitely not facing the right direction, but yep, that's just fine. Now these have specific inputs, like this is where you put stuff in for it to squeeze. You could just throw stuff into the GUI, and maybe we'll do that to start. I don't know that it will work with cotton seeds or bamboo. I'm pretty sure it'll work with melon. Um, but we can just toss it all in here. Um, we will want to power this thing, which I believe we do from here. Um, we have plenty of good wire. We've got, medium voltage. That should be more than enough to run the squeezer, I hope. Um, we will need some medium voltage wire connectors. That might be all we need. So we'll put one down there. We'll put one down here. We will set our energy cell to put energy out through the top. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's got power. Doesn't like any of this stuff. Let's see what we can actually. Well, that's the create one. We want the plant oil, plant oil. Is it really just these cactus seeds? Okay, we can use Farmer's Delight seeds, what there are of them. We can use regular seeds. We can use hemp seeds. I'll bet hemp seeds are pretty choice. Yeah, I think that's what we want. And we should have, well, we've only got 118 of them, don't we? Our sylph isn't giving us this kind of seed. So let's see what our other options are here. Now, melon seeds. We're getting plenty of melon. Pumpkin seeds. We're getting plenty of pumpkin. That's a possibility. So if it's melon seeds that we're going to use, there is the question of how to get the melon seeds from the melon. We got plenty of melon. That's not the issue. What we're going to do is try the sequential fabricator from Thermal. Now, your sequential fabricator is a pretty fancy device. can do a number of things. You basically can program a recipe into it, and it'll do it. Um, and it will do it with liquids, which is, I'm going to be honest, it's a lot easier to put a pattern provider on top of a sequential fabricator and have this craft with liquid for you than it is to try with refined storage. Or, well, actually, I'm thinking of refined storage, and we're using applied energistics, aren't we? Yeah, I'm too lazy to delete this clip. What we're going to do is just, there's our recipe. That's what we want. We put this in, ingredients, uses power to make it. So all we'd really have to think, well, we'd have to think about two things. We're going to need a couple of logistical transporters. These basics will do just fine. I don't know where, I think we pump into this thing back here. So maybe what we'll do is change this to the side here. Is that? To the back. There we go. Throw this just like yep, there it goes. And we'll set this to export, and away it goes. Now, just standing here and manually filling this with seeds would be the same sort of pain. Filling it with melon would be the same sort of pain as just auto-crafting the seeds. We don't want to do that either. So, did I program a tesseract? I did not. I think we're going to start making a little more use of these because they're fun now that I've figured them out. So let's go. We got tesseract just like so. I'm sure we'll need to teach it how to make diamond blocks. Oh no, that's right. We did program diamond blocks in. I'm glad I checked. Okay, we're in luck. What do we have for pipes? We have pretty pipes, don't we? I believe these are fairly easy to automate. Let's see if we can just go ahead and upgrade this to the medium tier, and doesn't take too much for the high filter. And we'll want an extraction module. We'll want some pipes. And we're also gonna want, oh, the pipe wrench. It should be right in our backpack here. There we go. That's little logistics. Yeah, it's this one. All right. So what we'll do, we're going to pop a pipe and pop a pipe down, right? We're going to put a tesseract down. Now, if we put it on items and we call it melon, right? And we'll create it. Whoops. We want it to send, and we're going to activate it. Okay, now that does connect. What I think we want is the extraction module here, right? Items and filter slots are disallowed. Does this already have a filter? Let's see. If we go to the extraction module, put that in there, right? And then we came over here and we selected melon. We switch this to receive only, activate. And we put a pipe down. Is anything going to not so far? It occurs to me that I don't know that we can actually extract from this side. You sure can't do it by hand. Maybe what we ought to do is, well, I guess we don't need it to be like that, do we? We don't need to rip it out. What if we went like so? Whoops. I keep forgetting this is like empty hand stuff here. We take our extraction out. We put it in over here, right? Now we got low abstraction mode. Oh, this is still in the filter slot. We want items allowed, right? Now, do I have to do something with the pipe wrench to, oh, well, it does that. This isn't working. We're gonna, the pretty pipes and drawers may not interact the way I would like them to. So we're gonna try something else. Now, similar to the importer that we have an export bus. What is this? Interesting. We're just going to program a pattern in for it. Okay, this thing works perfectly. I just slapped it on there, and there's a little filter spot for a little melon slice, and it's just putting melon slices in there. We could accelerate it. These will take an acceleration card. I don't know how fast we really need it to be. Next question I have is, how does this work with a tesseract? What if we just activate it? That probably won't work, but only one way to find out, right? Oh, yeah, look at that. That is all there is to it. That's amazing. Nice. Now where we're going here is this acetic tide. Um, so what we need here is ethanol or bioethanol. And I think it was going to be the immersive ethanol. Whoops. I'm still not used to roughly enough items. It's a great mod. So there's the immersive. Okay. So an industrial fermenter. What am I getting the plant oil for then? Oh, right. We were going to use a create mixer to make bioethanol, but this may be maybe better. Let's see. I got immersive ethanol, which I guess we can just make with this setup right here. Why not? But we're gonna have to get into that in the next episode. We're starting to run a little long here. Sorry, this one was a little all over the place. Did not realize the pack was gonna update, and I just kind of jumped in rather than try to figure out all the new things. But we'll be back the next episode with a little more organization. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye bye.